Hello again, another Sunday, another video, and this one is a fun one. I mentioned my last one. I always try to tell you guys what I'm going to do next, and this one here is a is a video that's just fun. A bunch of questions that I've been a subscriber to Classic Rock Magazine for a while now, and in most issues, not every issue, but most issues, they have a segment at the end of the magazine where they ask a rock star. Sometimes they're big stars and other times they're, lesser known rock stars, but they're rock stars, and they ask them a series of random questions in this segment. And some of them are musician oriented, but most are not. Most are just like fun questions that music fans would ask each other. So I took canvassed a few of the issues, and there's probably, of the 12 to 14 questions they ask, there's probably 90% that are asked every time. So I use those ones. So yeah, I'm using that as a series of questions to answer for this video, and a reason to show my stuff to support my answers to these random questions. So it's just for fun. I'll try to remember to put these questions, if I can figure it out. I'm sure I can, on the bottom of the video, so if you care to answer them yourselves or use that as a fun endeavor to answer these questions and come up with your own answers, make me a comment. That'd be good. Like and subscribe if you don't mind. Yeah, it's a very, very snowy day here in Ontario, southern Ontario. Wow, what a weekend for snow. So, good day to sit around and listen to music and think about music and answer these questions. So they're pretty fun questions. So here we go. I've got 13 questions that I'm answering. And again, it's straight from the Classic Rock Magazine series of interviews that they give these artists at the end of their magazine. So here's question one. And they have like these little titles of the question: the guitar hero. So when the people answer these questions, they usually give a little bit of insight as to why they picked that. So the guitar hero. So for me, my age, Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, Alex Lifeson, Rush. Alex Lifeson's probably my favorite guitarist, but Eddie's important. But if I'm being honest about myself, my guitar hero would be Angus Young. And, Angus is a guy, my first real band that I was really into back in the day, AC/DC, and he was the guy. So, to this day, he's it's such a diminutive little dude, and he's got that guitar and slings it up high, and just the way that he struts around and still wears his outfit. And he was a guy that I had this red satin huge wall flag that I had forever. Well, it disappeared, I guess, over the years, but I used to had that hanging in my bedroom. And so he's my first guitar hero kind of guy, and I still dig his playing. And it's such a familiar sound, and so many great moments listening to AC/DC. So Angus Young is my guitar hero answer. The second question is the singer. So your favorite singer, or the one that you think is the best singer. And there's most of these questions, there's multiple answers that you could give, but you got to pick one. And my answer is Dolores O'Riordan from the Cranberries. I think Dolores was an amazing singer. This is their second album, and here's one of their big albums. So whether you're talking the more gentler, beautiful songs that Dolores sang with the Cranberries, or the hard-hitting ones like Zombie and those types of songs, she could really sing. She was an amazing, amazing singer. So she's my choice for the singer question. The songwriter. The songwriter for me is Gord Downie. Gord wrote a bunch of songs on this late in life album that he put out, and they're just beautiful songs, basically songs about his life. But then, also, such a long story career with the Tragically Hip, songs. Oh man, so much. He wrote with such cool wordplay in his songwriting. That's what I like about Gord. And songs like Bob Cage, and beautiful songs like Bob Cage and Wheat Kings. I mean, you know, Gordy, he's my guy for the songwriter. Next question is the greatest album of all time. Well, you know, you can debate yourself forever about a question like that, but my answer is Rush, Moving Pictures. It's like the perfect album in my view. And yeah, Tom Sawyer, Red Barchetta, YYZ, and Limelight, that's side one. The Camera Eye, Witch Hunt, and Vital Signs on side two. To me, that's the greatest album made of all time. You know, but there's many others that you would say as well, but that's my choice here for that question. The best cover version. Well, I thought of this right away because Nazareth is not a band that I was like deeply ingrained in me, because I mean, you know, they're a little early a little before my time, maybe a little bit, but the song that I always liked from them that's on this hits collection is This Flight Tonight, first song of side two. And of course, This Flight Tonight is a version from you know, Joni Mitchell's song that's on this album. And what's interesting is Nazareth's version is completely different. Like it's a completely different version of a song, but I dig it very much. This Flight Tonight, Nazareth, is a cool version, and I like that song very much from Nazareth, a classic band. Okay, favorite live band. Well, you know, I've seen The Hip more than I've seen any other band. I've seen Maiden a few times, Rush. All these bands would be good candidates, but I think my answer is Pearl Jam. I've seen Pearl Jam once. It was years ago now, but I would love to see them again. And I say Pearl Jam because, you know, a lot of respect for a band like them that has been around so long, and you know, they don't rely on a lot of fanciness in their shows. Like it's not like a theatrical type of thing. It's more about the music, and I respect that greatly. You know, they've been around so long, and they're known for putting on unique shows in that they change up the set list all the time, and they have so many amazing deep cut songs. So Pearl Jam is my favorite band to see live. I would love to see them again, and yeah, I'm gonna have to make a point of making that happen, I think. So Pearl Jam, favorite live band. My Saturday night party song. Well, not really a Saturday night party or much anymore, that's for sure. But however, so this one was one of those ones that was a little bit more of a head scratcher, but the song that jumped to me was Smoking in the Boys Room by The Crew from this record. You know, a fun song, you know, another, it's a simple, it's simple enough tune, but I like their version of that song, and you know, it's kind of a fun song, you know, kind of talking about being bad boys when they were young and all this kind of stuff. It's just a fun song, kind of good rockin' tune for a Saturday. All right, song I want played at my funeral. Well, you know, there's a bunch of songs you could pick, but my choice would be Kite from U2 on this record, All That You Can't Leave Behind. It's a beautiful song, great lyric, and it's not overly sappy, but it's certainly heartfelt, and it's a great song. So Kite by U2 would be my choice for that question. My cult hero. And, you know, cult hero, I was like, cult hero, okay. I guess the premise behind it is someone that you kind of isn't as popular, but you dig a lot for, and you have to have a reason why, I guess. And my cult hero guy would be, in music, would be Malcolm Young. So, you know, I chose Angus for the guitar hero, and my cult hero would be Malcolm. The reason I say that is, you know, Malcolm was this little guy, and he was known as the quiet musician of the band, and you know, he wasn't a publicity guy, just, very important member of the band, wrote so many great riffs and so much great music, and I just respect that. And he's like this cool guy that I know he always just wore, simple t-shirts and jeans and strapped on that great guitar that he played. And yeah, he was the coolest guy. So he's my cult hero. My guilty pleasure. That's what the question is. My guilty pleasure. For me, I got into that 80s sound, that 80s music for a while in my life. And rep of that is Pet Shop Boys. They're a band that I still enjoy. It makes me smile to listen to them. They're so far removed from a lot of the stuff I do enjoy, rock music stuff, classic rock and that type of guitar-oriented rock. But I do like this type of music sometimes. And Pet Shop Boys they got a lot of great songs and sing-along songs. So they're my guilty pleasure band. Okay, the song that makes you cry. The song that makes me cry. Well, I don't really fall victim to that a whole lot, I guess. But off this cool record, Mojo, and there's a song on this, Something Good Coming, which is a song that has got a really nice lyric to it. And it's a song that I immediately think of my mom, who's long gone, unfortunately. And she had she had her trials and tribulations in life, and she was a battler through it all, and didn't have an easy go, etc. But she was a wonderful person, and I miss her, of course. And that song has lyric that is, beautiful, and it makes me think of my mom, because it talks about, never had a break and this type of thing. Something good is coming. And for my mom, there was a lot of waiting and hoping for something good coming, and life got better as she neared the end. But yeah, that's the song. Okay, this one here, again, I could have come up with numerous answers, but the answer that was it's a little obvious maybe for music people, but is your most underrated band ever. To me, it's Triumph. Triumph, three-piece Canadian band, and Triumph were a big band. I mean, they played the US Festival back in the day and blew a lot of the bands off the stage that were much more well-known and popular in the day. And Triumph had a good run. They had a lot of great records, and three musicians and two extra standout musicians. Rick Emmett, the guitarist and singer, is just a phenomenal player. I saw him years ago now. I saw him solo, if you want to say, and he was amazing. Just amazing how good he is. He's often overlooked as a guitar great, but he is amazing. And Gil Moore on drums, and did some singing of some songs, just an amazing. And Mike Levine bass. They were big, but they could have been, should have been, didn't crave the spotlight, didn't play the rock stardom game maybe like some other bands. But man, amazing band, just fantastic. And the reason I say they should have been bigger, and it's too bad they aren't more popular, even though they are still a big band to some of us people. But the songs that they did are amazing, wonderful positive songs. They really did a lot of great positive music. This is one of their great albums. Triumph, most underrated band of all time to me. And finally, the last question is my In the Mood for Love song. And this was an easy one for me. I've always loved this song, April Wine, Just Between You and Me. And this song is a beautiful song. I love Miles Goodwin's voice, was amazing all these years, and April Wine actually have half a dozen songs that you could pick for this question, but Just Between You and Me is my pick for that question. I think it's a beautiful song, and his voice is just so smooth. What a nice song. So that's my answers to these questions, and series of fun questions. The next video I'm going to do is I'm going to do a review, if you will say, of in the last couple of years, I really added a bunch of stuff into my collection that I didn't know well, and I'm going to review listen to a bit more deeply, and then give you guys some review and show some of the blind buys, so albums that I bought without even knowing the music very much, and give you an assessment on whether it's a big thumbs up or 2 thumbs up or average or whatever. I'm fortunate that most of the stuff that I do own, and I really enjoy my stuff, I haven't really come across a record I'm like, oh god, I don't know. But yeah, that's my next video. So reviewing some blind buys and showing off some blind buys that I've accumulated. And yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.